whispers beneath the floor, the mystery of Belmez, Spain, 1971. The air in the village of Bélmez de la Moraleda carried a strange weight that August, not the usual burden of Andalusian heat, but something else, something older, something watching. It began in the kitchen of Maria Gomez Camara, a humble woman in her 50s who lived alone in a small whitewashed house on Calle Real. She had been preparing lentils when she noticed the stain. At first, it looked like a smudge on the concrete floor, perhaps soot or damp, but as she stared longer, her stomach tightened. It was a face, not just any face, but an anguished, human-like visage embedded in the very cement of the floor. The eyes were closed, the mouth slightly agape as if mid-scream, and the longer she looked, the more it seemed to change, subtly, almost imperceptibly, like it was breathing beneath the surface. Maria scrubbed it, poured water, used bleach, but it would not go. When she called her neighbors, they laughed nervously. When she summoned her son, Miguel, he frowned and traced the outline with his finger. By nightfall, 5 villagers had gathered in the kitchen, all staring at the thing that should not have been. Within days, word spread through the village. Some blamed the devil. Others claimed it was the Virgin sending a warning. The local priest, Father Antonio, came and stared silently at the face, crossing himself before retreating without a word. The mayor ordered the floor broken up, hoping to erase whatever strange hysteria had taken root. But the face returned. Not the same one, different. A new expression, more hollow, more sunken. Days later, another appeared, then another. By the end of the month, over a dozen faces had emerged, as if rising from beneath the house, pressing against the thin barrier between worlds. Maria stopped sleeping in the kitchen. The walls began to whisper. Debajo, estamos aquí. We are below. We are here. Miguel contacted researchers from Madrid. One group of parapsychologists came with cameras, infrared scanners, and microphones. They set up their instruments and stayed for days. At first, they recorded nothing, until midnight of the 3rd night, when a microphone caught a long, low moan reverberating from beneath the floor. The tape, played back the next morning, made a technician vomit and quit the project on the spot. One of the investigators, a quiet woman named Elena Laura, stayed behind after the rest had gone. She claimed to feel something deeper than science in the house, a presence not malevolent, but tragic. She asked Maria for permission to conduct her own ritual. Maria, exhausted and afraid, agreed. Elena burned rosemary and placed black candles around the kitchen. She spoke in a language neither Maria nor Miguel understood. And then she fell silent, her eyes wide, locked on the floor. More faces emerged. Now, not just human. Some were distorted, mouthless, or with hollow sockets where eyes should be. One appeared to weep blood. Another grinned with cracked teeth. Elena whispered, "They are not spirits. They are memories. The house remembers." When Miguel tore up more of the floor under Elena's direction, they found bones, skulls, human remains, more than a dozen bodies interred beneath the house. experts dated them to the 13th century, a time when the Inquisition swept through southern Spain. Some showed signs of trauma, cracked skulls, broken jaws, executions, torture. The house had been built atop forgotten graves, and it had not forgotten. Word of the faces of Belmez spread across Spain and beyond. Journalists came. Skeptics scoffed. Photographs were published in international newspapers. Scientists took samples of the concrete and found no paint, no chemical tampering. The faces were embedded within the material itself, as if they had grown there or been released. Maria stopped going outside. She heard their voices at night. Sometimes the faces mouthed her name. Maria, Maria. She became gaunt, her cheeks sunken, her eyes hollow. She claimed the faces spoke to her now, told her stories of things long buried, of trials, of betrayal, of a woman falsely accused of witchcraft, burned alive with her child in the cellar of the original structure that stood there centuries ago. Her sorrow seeped into the stone, Maria told Elena. The house weeps for her. Years passed. The faces remained. Some faded, others returned. New ones appeared in other rooms, the hallway, the bedroom, even on walls. In 1974, Elena published a book about the phenomenon. She called it La Casa que Llora, the house that weeps. She believed the land itself was sentient, that certain places acted as psychic sponges absorbing pain, memory, injustice, and that some memories, when powerful enough, fought to be seen. By the late 1980s, the scientific world had mostly moved on, but the faces never truly disappeared. They changed, shifted. A visitor might swear they saw one smile. Another might return later and find only concrete. Maria died in 2004. After her passing, Miguel said the house grew quiet, but the faces never left. They seemed to fade with her, as if she had been their conduit, their window into the living world. Today, the house is a local museum. People still come, believers, skeptics, thrill seekers. Some see faces, others see stains, but everyone feels it. A hush, a weight in the air, a whisper from below. We are not gone, only buried. Epilogue. Long after closing time, when the last tourist is gone, the house on Calle Real returns to stillness. But if you press your ear to the kitchen floor, you might hear it, faint but unmistakable, a voice or a memory, breathing beneath the stone.